if you take a poll of the average worker's opinion on whether they liked working from home or not, the average worker is still very much in support of it. They in the post-COVID era, they got really used to work from home. And a lot of people, especially in like white collar office jobs, really like the freedom and flexibility of having more work from home than less. However, that poll is divided very sharply the younger you get. People that are new to the workforce, and maybe you guys can disagree, let me know if you're younger, but the polls show that if you're like Gen Z, 18 to 24, maybe in that range, maybe a little older now, some, they prefer return to office, especially if they've come into the workplace post-COVID, because for many reasons. Number one, you can't make connections with your boss easily and like get a leg up and get, know the culture of the company. Number two is like a lot of learning and innovation happens outside of structured meetings. So like the people around you can't really teach you things if it's just through a structured Zoom call. Those are like the main ones. But number three, and this one's coming out, is that as Gen Z grows more and more disillusioned with dating apps, they want to find a workplace romance. Like that. I don't know if you can pull this up, Perry, my screen. RTO equals XOXO. Sick of dating apps, Gen Z's looking for love in the office. And basically it shows polling that boomers, like 25% of them support workplace, like finding a partner at work, which sounds really low, but the numbers are like 60% plus for millennials and Gen Z. It's like way, way higher. And they're just finding you'll have more in common, or, you have more chance to get to know someone instead of just being the pure swipe physical attributes type thing.
Yeah.
And because I think it's almost a dystopian look at how we have no third places where you can meet somebody. Like there's no bowling alley or church or where it's work and home.
Yeah.
But people are looking to work for that. And I wonder if you have any thoughts. This is interesting. Or do you have any? I don't know.
The ideal world is what my grandfather did, which is that he went north from his farm in Texas to Ohio, where a bunch of Germans were having a barn dance. He met a nice lady, married her a week later, and took her back down to Texas, where they then birthed 4 children, who then spawned me. So, I mean, if we moved past the barn dance world, I mean, dude, dating apps fucking suck, and you've been out of the dating market for a while. I have tried dating apps a couple of times. It blows, man. It blows so bad. And so I absolutely get the feeling. I've often felt this of like work is where I would be likely to find somebody, because that's one where you kind of guaranteed have a common set of interests or experiences, right? If you meet somebody at work rather than necessarily at a bar, the odds that you find somebody at work who really connects with you is much higher than an average space outside of that. So on a dating app, you have like no common foundation other than a couple pieces of text. But if you're at a shared space like that instantly forms a connection. And then for somebody like me, who is very passionate about like creative stuff, and I would want to date somebody who's creative, like that's critical. That filters it massively if you're then focusing on a creative job, right? Now it's a terrible idea, to be clear, to date coworkers. This is a horrible idea and it goes wrong all the time.
Is it?
Let me rephrase that. There are obvious downsides to it.
You haven't seen The Office? You don't know Jim and Pam?
It always works.
It's always Jim and Pam.
So here's the thing. If it works out, it's fucking great, right? It's so great. And then if it doesn't, which most relationships don't, statistically speaking,
right,
fucking is awkward as hell. And I have experienced that in different ways.